Story number 1. I'm a stay-at-home mom and have a 16-month-old. I'm not a traditional wife, so don't come at me. We had the opportunity to keep me home for a few years, so I put a pause on my career thinking this would make me so happy. It's been the hardest 16 months of my life. My daughter has always been high needs, clingy, whiny, never satisfied unless carried. At around 14 months she finally started playing independently at times, but if I move away from where she's at she usually cries. All of this to say, she's so much more attached to dad. When we're in social settings she only wants dad. We'll scream and cry if I carry her and not dad. It's not only embarrassing, but it breaks my heart. I know she's just a baby, but I've given up so much to be with her and it just feels like she's not happy being home with me, so what's the point? When we have family over, we've finally gotten to a place where she can be held by others. Not often, but sometimes. We've had family babysit her without us home, for a few hours, and she's okay. But when we have multiple family members over and are hosting or go to a small get-together, she loses it. She'll scream and cry for most of the gathering if anyone other than me or dad, usually prefers dad, are holding her. It's so hard. We've been pushing through and still going to things, but at this age, shouldn't it be better? I keep going back to blaming myself and feeling like if she was in daycare she'd be better with being around others and wouldn't be so attached to us. I know it's good she feels safe with us, but it's exhausting. We have baby number 2 on the way and I have no idea how it's going to work if she's like this when we're holding the next baby. I finally got my husband to a place where he's open to trying part-time daycare. Any thoughts on whether this could help us or just any advice in general? Story number 2. I have a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old. My husband travels for work and is only home 1 week out of the month including weekends. My 2-year-old is in daycare and my 2-month-old will join in January. Nonetheless, it's rough being solo with 2 littles while the hubby is away. I work from home from 8 am to 4:30 p.m. I work with foster parents and every other month our unit holds orientation sessions for those who are thinking about becoming foster parents. We host these from 6 am to 8 p.m. to accommodate family schedules. Recently, my boss has asked everyone on the team to help take turns hosting the orientation versus the 2 staff that originally did them. Well, the 2024 schedule came out for when these orientation sessions will take place and everyone was directed to sign up for coverage. I was on maternity leave when this email came out and I was automatically assigned certain dates. After looking at my husband's 2024 schedule, unfortunately all the dates the orientation sessions fall on are the weeks hubby is not home. So I'll be solo that evening with my 2 littles no matter the dates. I voiced to the team that I would be unavailable to help due to this. However, if we were able to switch a week or 2 around I'd be available to cover cause my husband will be home to watch the kids. No one else saw this as an issue except for our team lead. She made comments like, "Why do we have to work around your husband's schedule? That's crazy. Or why can't you just find a babysitter? You have so much time to plan." At the end of the meeting the team lead made a sarcastic comment like, "Well, since she can't find a babysitter November of 2024 then, blah blah blah." I was immediately taken back and upset about this one. Being a parent of 2 littles is tough as it is too. Solo parenting during the time my hubby is gone is emotionally physically draining. 3. I offered a suggestion to the team so that I could still be of help if they were open to it. 4. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. is prime time dinner, bath, and bed transition time. 4. I did not appreciate my team led of all people to try and suggest how my family and I should balance our time. She went as far as to ask if anyone could come to my house and watch my kids and put them to bed. Excuse me? Could I possibly ask a family member to help watch the kids until 8 p.m. on a weekday so I can work? Sure, but I don't feel comfortable asking someone of that favor. Nonetheless, do I feel that I need to make my kids a second priority because of work? As parents, we know that the evening shift is a whole beast within itself. I don't necessarily want others to attempt tackling that shift without me, as I know how my kids are and we stick to a routine. My other co-workers chimed in and told me they didn't have kids so they'd be happy to cover for me or work around my schedule. I plan to talk to my boss about the comments my team lead made, as the boss wasn't able to attend this meeting. But I wanted to know, am I asking for too much? Am I in the wrong in any way that I am not seeing? What rubbed me the complete wrong way is the team lead making me feel backed into a corner rather than supported or understood, and strongly suggesting ideas for my family in front of the team. Story number 3. A few years back my husband and I discussed that it would probably be a good idea to have some cash on hand for emergencies. We are the type of people who only ever uses our cards for everything. I pulled money out of our savings and gave it to him to put in our safe in our house. Well, he told me in passing that he couldn't get the safe open, so he hid it in our home office. I was cleaning tonight and decided I'd ask him where it was to make sure he'd put it in our safe. He cannot find it. He keeps saying, "It's been years since I saw it. We lost it somehow. It'll turn up." I'm pissed. He's looking for it but doesn't think I have a right to be mad. Would you be upset over this? To add, I'm mad at myself for not making sure it was put away in the safe in the first place. Story number 4. My son is 7.5 and has a friend who says some unkind things. Not just to my son, but to lots of peers. According to my son, the friend also makes fun of the things he wears, the sports teams he likes, etc. Today my son told me that his friend called him a loser. I keep telling my son to ignore him and go play with someone else, and to not listen to what the friend says. I wouldn't say I'm too close with the friend's mom, but our sons hang out quite often. We text pretty regularly, etc. Would you say something to the mom about what my son has been telling me? Or just let it go and see how it all plays out? This is not new. My son has been complaining about this friend for the last couple years. Thanks in advance for any advice on how you'd handle this. Story number 5. I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 4 years and by all means we are not rich but we are able to with tight budgeting. I am so blessed to have the ability to be a stay-at-home mom, but it's nice making extra money for food and bills. I just got a cleaning job from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. 4 nights a week. It's been going great and I love getting back into the workforce. Well, I've been doing it for about 4 months now. While I love the work, it's the next days that are so hard. I have the 4-year-old and 1.5-year-old all day every day. I don't have any family nearby to help and husband works 12 hours days. I am with the kids no breaks all day and then go to work after I put them down for sleep. Although the money is helpful, I am getting burnt out working all day with kids, cooking, cleaning, etc. then working extra 4/5 hours at night. Am I being impatient and should I just wait till they are older and in school? Any advice from stay-at-home moms or working part-time moms?